I've had some people who were in some bad positions that we were able to get them out of. They were able to make some really, really big cuts to their expenses. Owl Mortgage has been talking about that. Vince, he's been talking about like renting out a room and eating craft dinner and all those type of things, where they've managed it, and then years later, it's turned out really well for them. So when do you hang up the gloves, Daryl?
I think you just know.
You
Okay.
just know.
You just know when you are just done. And when you've exhausted all options and
Hmm.
you still don't have an option, and
Hmm.
you know, like you still have the option, it's to deal with it, right? And what people do is they spend so much time trying to avoid it. Something's going to happen, something's going to happen, something's going to happen, something's going to happen, and then you
Hmm.
run out of time, and then it's so much worse than if you
Hmm.
just dealt with it at the right time. You know you're licked when you're licked. You just got to admit it, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when there's still a chance, you should know that too, right? But like,
See, I have a personal experience with a family member who had something that they were going to be required to do a bankruptcy for, and they should have sought help from friends and family because they could have found a solution that would have worked, and then they could have been able to, really put themselves in a better position. But instead they said, well, I don't want to tell anybody about this. So they just quietly, did what they had to do in order to be able to file the bankruptcy. And that's something that I think a lot of shame and guilt
pride,
comes in,
yeah,
pride. Yeah.
pride.
And so where do you stop? And there was a realtor involved in that transaction. And of course that realtor was just like, yeah, 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 just sell, just sell. It's good because they got a commission out of it, right? So do you go to your realtor for it? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, is it your realtor who's selling a lot of properties and who's going to give you the right advice, or is it the guy who sold one or two houses and he's going to tell anybody anything to get the next sale? And I think that's something that people need to do to vet
And
who
and,
they're dealing with.
and that's a great segue because I have a note here. And what's
Okay.
becoming more and more and more apparent to me over time in the
Yes.
social media space.
Ooh.
Well, listen, in a market like this, people need help. People need guidance. People are looking to people and assuming that they know what the fuck they're talking about, including us.
They got a
Okay.
YouTube channel. These guys must know everything. Look at those backgrounds.
Especially us. And
Yeah.
look, some are obviously are better than others, but it's like it's like a good baseball coach, okay? Like the best baseball player may not be the best baseball coach, okay?
Mm.
Right? And so there are people in social media that put on a wonderful display, okay? And come across as potentially wonderful consultants in a it's a fucking shitstorm out here, TK. Nobody knows what's going on. And we just proved it with the video that I made last week, where we got all these social media experts guessing what's going to happen next. And I don't
How did it
know,
go?
out of
That was
10,
a funny
maybe
video though.
one person got it right by accident as like a joke. Okay. So, like,
Yeah.
and it's not that these are not really smart, well educated, experienced people. I mean, some more than others,
Hmm.
but nobody has a clue. And the problem isn't so much that all of us don't really have a clue. The problem is that people think we do. And nobody's out there going, you know what? Like, I'm just an actor. I'm just acting like I'm good at this. But if you actually call me, you're going to get like the weirdest fucking advice or something totally wrong. Of course, no one's ever going to hear that. But the honest to God truth
Hmm.
is that it is rampant here. People are choosing to spend more time on their social media accounts than
Yeah.
selling homes. Why? Because
Not by
there's no
choice.
fucking homes to sell and there's a billion agents.
Yeah. There's a funny guy on thing. I wish I knew his name and I could give him a shout out because I laughed at one of the videos I saw. He's a Persian guy and he's like playing himself, but like, also playing like a critic, pretending he's another agent. And one of the things he says, oh, you got all this time to be just doing all your funny videos. Like, I'm too busy selling houses. Bye. Like he's just doing that kind of stuff. Look, you got to start somewhere. I don't believe that the top agents are making social media funny videos and stuff like that. We know a few guys who come on our show who do really well. and they've got teams, and I think that they're the ones who are able to do it. But if you're a single agent, you should be really busy and you don't have time to be going crazy. But if you have a team, all the like the guys we have on our show, like they've got a team, so they're able to do those because that's how they get business. So it's a little bit like,
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's
so
marketing.
they're leveraging their
It's all
business,
marketing.
their team in order to be able to service all that business. But when you call them, it's not like they'll have, all the work to do there, which is normal. That's a business. There's nothing wrong
It's
with
a
that.
business. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. It's just that the perception from the public is that
Is what
people know what the fuck they're talking about. And
I was talking
when
about
you
this today.
deal with the people in real life, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody in particular. I mean, it's most people in most fields, but like it's atrocious. Like
Mhm.
even that phone call that we recorded last week, like I listened to it again and it's like the conversation, like you said it was this and now we're going to do that. And like you're telling the guy what he
He didn't
needs
get
to
the deal.
do. Of course he didn't get the
He
deal.
didn't
He's
get the
like rather
deal.
argue with you
Do you
over
know
8
what?
days
Like,
or
I won't say
something.
anything bad. Hopefully, this doesn't come back. But like, I called him to give him the deal.
Right.
I called
I'm
him
going to
to give
help
him
you
the
here.
deal, and it was like a done deal. And he never answered his phone
No,
either the one night or the next morning. And so I
no.
called the other guy and I said, "Can you bring me this?" And he was like, "Yep." And he brought it to me and the deal was done. And then a day or two later, the guy's calling me saying, "What happened?" And I
What
was like,
happened? Oh my God. Why didn't you call
what do you
me?
mean what happened?
I
And it
did
was
call
almost
you.
like it was my fault.
Of
And I was just
course it
like,
was your fault, you
all
prick.
right, good luck. Hey guys, thanks for watching our clips channel. Why don't you go and check out some more clips? We got lots of other good content somewhere over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Boom.
That was good.
That
That was
was
good.
good. That was good. I like that. That was good.